I just wanted to take a moment and say hello to you. I wanted to let you know that I am loading my content on my podcast so that you can see it more easily. I'm actually in my pajamas. I'm in this thing that my children call, I don't know, it's all furry and massive. It's very comfortable. It's raining outside. I'll show you. It's raining. Hey Joe. Excuse my appearance. I thought to myself, I'm just going to get this done and get something out there. We're in stage 3 lockdown. It's really, really serious, and a lot of people are in trouble. So it's a really worrying time. We have marginalised people, or people that are poor, going through trauma, have experienced misfortune, that are in towers, very high towers, and the COVID has got into the towers. So there's police around the towers, they're being delivered food, and it's really, really awful. So my heart goes out to them. Sit down or lie down. Thank you. It's how do you cope with stress? There's so many, when I do these live streams, there's so many comments from you, and I have something I think I want to say, and the balance between them is interesting. So you've just asked, how do you cope with stress? We have COVID throughout the world. We've got children doing school at home. We've got people homeless. It's a very difficult time. I think number one, we name it. We name it. Although change occurs in our life and there's not a lot we can do about it, a world pandemic is something that we just haven't expected. It has occurred. It is occurring. We need to name it. We need to say we are in a world pandemic. It's extremely serious. Many people will suffer and some will die. What can we do about it? How can we demonstrate our empathy for others and self-care? How can we do the best we can to look after others, but demonstrate self-care? It's always a balance between caring for others and self-care. If you completely compromise your self-care for others, you'll be no good to anybody. So we've got number one, a world pandemic that we've never experienced before. That means that it brings all these new skills, new feelings, new feelings of grief and sentiment up to the fore. And then our role is to service others safely so we protect our family and walking that fine line. In Melbourne, Victoria, we've got people buying everything in the stores. I would say, ask one neighbour, can I buy something for you? Buy something for someone that needs it rather than buy it for yourself. I mean, if the pandemic is going to bring out our selfishness, that's really not productive, is it? Now I'm trying to, thank you so much. No, I never wear perfume. Oh, my sister gave me some beautiful perfume, but no, I never wear perfume. I wear natural oils. I generally wear patchouli and lavender. That's an interesting question. But I like the smell of oil. Healthy relationships with food and fitness. So you'd like more content on healthy relationships with food. That would be ideal for the podcast. You're in a hot spot, Anita. Yes, so I'm right in the middle of it. So all my children are locked up and I'm going to work today. I work in disability and mental health, as you know. I used to do ASMR. I don't do ASMR now because the effect on my family. So I will do ASMR within my meditation. That's all. Okay, there are so many questions now. Katie! So many questions from you. Hello, Heather and Sky. Thank you so much. I can see that these live streams, I can see, oh, look at my messy room, are necessary. And my glasses are so old. I've got so many pairs of these and I keep dropping them on the ground and breaking them. Joe, that's lovely. I've just been asked, can I do a meditation right now? I've got the children outside and yes, Yes, thank you very much. We all wear masks at work. I work for a government facility in mental health and disability. So yes, I'm very safe. Thank you, Dale. I put ASMR in my meditation, so it's still there. Okay, some of the questions. We had a question about healthy eating. I'll address that through the podcast or address it here. I'll get to it. And yes, it's a very important topic, especially at the moment. I have myself found that I'm eating foods that I wouldn't normally. Cooper Thomas? Oh my God, what are you doing there? Okay, one of my children's friends have just come. Hello, Cooper Thomas, Tara, everybody. I miss you all. I would say come and visit me, but Cooper Thomas, who just came up, is good family friends, but he lives in a suburb and all the suburbs are locked down, so he can't. Hello, John. Okay, so food, stress, COVID. Let's talk about COVID for a moment. It is a really tough time. It is unbearably tough for some. Let us walk the balance between looking after our own self-care and looking at what does that look like, and then reaching out to others. Identify and gently redirect behaviours that are selfish. Don't go and buy all the toilet paper in the shops because it's the marginalised that lose out. Don't buy all the insulin syringes, all the painkillers, or buy them for others. Oh, Sonia, thank you so much. I'm incredibly aware that I'm actually in my pajamas, and now I thought I'd do a quick message about COVID, and then there's a whole lot of you here. So, hello, in Canada. I would love to come and visit you. I'm doing a couple of things at the moment. We are trying to buy a house, my family. Thank you, Cara. And that's really important that we buy a house because the rent is obviously not the best. Thank you for appreciating my very woolly pajamas. They have cats on them. See? It's one of these, there's a name for it. My children know what the name is. I don't know what the name is. But I do a lot of work sitting in my chair behind me in my pajamas. So, and it's cold here. I will be leaving for work soon. COVID. Meditate every day. Remember that meditation is a practice. The word practice, it is something you repeat. Meditation is not about getting it right. Meditation is not about waiting for the storm to pass. Sometimes your meditations may seem they don't go to plan. Perhaps the breathing is limited. Perhaps you're not quite able to relax your body. That's okay. You're doing okay. Remember the word okay because it's really an essential concept to get your head around. Life is not about euphoria. Life is not about the grief. Life is about the colour of all these sentiments. Meditate in the colour of life as it is. It is not going to be perfect. Do not wait for perfect because by the time you get there, the journey has ended. Meditate in the mayhem. So meditate sometimes when you find it difficult to relax. You don't have the answers. Perhaps there's tears in your eyes. Meditate anyway. Someone may walk in, so forgive me if they just walk in. Remember, meditation is about the simple. Ideally, no music, but if you need music, and I certainly do at times, use music. Focus on the simple. A simple mantra, you know mine, I'm okay. Sit down or lie down comfortably. I'm okay. I am okay. It is about simplicity. It is not about the meditation you select on YouTube being the answer, the silver bullet. You are the answer, and you can do this. Dealing with the past requires reflection and processing. However, there is a line. Do not become the story of your past. Unpack your past. Reflect upon your past. Cut your cord. Someone asked recently about cord cutting. It takes time. I was getting over a relationship maybe 8 years ago, and it took a lot of cord cutting. Allow yourself the time to grieve. Give yourself that time. Allow yourself the process. Grieving takes time. Go easy on yourself. Meditation is about focusing on one breath. That's it. Then the next breath, that's it. Focusing on breath is quite a concentrated, disciplined action. There's a lot involved. There is the balance between the animal side and the human side, the conscious side, sorry, the animal and the conscious. Consciousness is your awareness. Animal is that desire in you that wants to belong, the biology in you, that desire for physical intimacy, the desire for touch, the desire for food, the desire for warmth or cold. That's our animal. Do not discredit the animal. That's part of us. But work on the conscious side, the awareness side, and accept the balance. Accept the balance between them. Accept your human vulnerability, your need for intimacy, the mistakes you make, your need for attachment. When we talk about move towards detachment, remember, when we are less attached to a relationship, it can be more healthy. But if you are completely detached, that's a sociopath. We need the balance between attachment and detachment. Our animal side in society attaches to society. Our aware side, our conscious self, learns to look down upon the issue. Not complete detachment. We move towards detachment. There were so many of you flashing up. I'll have a look at a couple of the questions. I'm more and more conscious that I'm wearing my pajamas and no makeup. I don't really wear makeup. I can't be bothered. Hello, nature sounds. Yes, Alan, I love nature sounds. The wind, the sea. Okay, Kira and Mum say you are wise. The only wisdom I have has been developed, if I am wise, and we all have innate wisdom, is developed through grief and age. I wasn't always like this, and believe me, with 4 children, I'm not always like this. 4 children is really, really difficult. 4 children is tough at times, the dynamics. Yeah, grief, Renee. Okay, I'm seeing a whole lot of requests here. I haven't done a live stream because setting it up is not that easy, but I thought I would just do one. My book, I would love to write another book. Thank you, Kira and Mum. It's time, getting time. I now need to work full time because I want to buy a house for my family. So that's why I'm working full time. Renee, we enlighten each other. It's not a one-way street. I developed, if I have wisdom, I developed it through the community here on YouTube and the community around me who helped me through a difficult time. And my turning, as I've said to you so many times, is through the end of my marriage. 10 years ago now? Yeah, well, that's a great idea to get a catamaran. My dad used to sail, but I have children in school. Thank you, Ray. So I will finish Townsville. I had my honeymoon in Queensland. It was really lovely. Thank you for talking about my book. I'd love to write another book. Katie, I've just got to say, I'm not always like this. I find the balance between life, my children. I care for my beautiful, beautiful sister who has brain damage. She's a beautiful person. She's like that movie, 50 First Dates. That's what she's like. The title of the book is Daily Rituals for Happiness. And my podcast, please download it, is Sleep Meditation with Lauren Ostrowski Fenton. Do you have any advice for coping with an alcoholic parent? That is a long, extended answer. The short answer is, I'm really sorry. That's a really, really difficult concept for so many reasons. You inside yourself have the resilience and strength to cope with the fact you have an alcoholic parent. Start with meditation, start with a journal, start with self-reflection, self-care, and be gentle. Spend time in the silence and the answers will come. Now, I make it sound simple. It is not simple. It is not simple. Intervention we have coming up on the screen. Intervention is one of the strategies, but it starts with self-care. An intervention may or may not be suitable. It is a complex question. You know, I've got my master's in counselling. One of the code of conduct of a counsellor is not to give a diagnosis or psychological support therapy to someone without face-to-face, because I don't know what you're going through. So my support online is general support, because in that way I'm being responsible and caring for you. Yes, we're talking about chocolate. I've always been really careful with my food, but I found during COVID I'm really struggling to be careful with food, because it's a self-comfort that's fairly safe. Yes, you can get my book in the States. This is not supposed to be an ad at all. My book, Daily Rituals for Happiness, is available everywhere. Oh goodness, you're asking all these important questions about mental health. I'm going to have to do more of these live streams. You're asking really important questions. I'm starting a second podcast about mental health. Talking real, getting real about mental health. I haven't had time to start it. I've got it all set up it's all set up in the website, ready to go. I will need to get the time to do it. Yes. Oh, so many questions. My friends, my people, I'm going to need to go, because anytime the kids are going to come in and I need to... Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. Someone's just donated money to me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay. I didn't realize. I'm a bit taken back with how many people are watching now. I didn't realize. I'm sorry. I will do more of these and I will address these questions. I work as a specialist support worker in mental health and disability, dual diagnosis, with people that are particularly struggling. I know, Robin, I know it just came out and I thought, gee, that's, I've got a Christian background. I'm almost being blasphemous. I don't mean to be blasphemous. I was just surprised with his incredibly generous donations. Once a week, okay, I will. I did not realize so many of you would look at this. Perhaps you can put your questions under my videos. If you haven't subscribed, could you please subscribe, because that helps me and the kids. Please comment, and please could you follow my podcast anywhere. It's Sleep Meditation with Lauren Ostrowski Fenton, because it gives me a better idea of who is following me. An FB group, okay, all right, I hear you. We need to get together more. As long as you don't mind me in my pajamas without makeup. I just don't wear makeup anymore. I'm over it. Oh, I've got something on my lips. Yeah, Renee. Okay, Valerie. Renee, yes. Mwah. Kisses to all of you. I need to go now to work. Yes, Wim Hof, awesome. Breathing, great. And it's great that you talk to each other under my videos as well. That's really important. Thank you for accepting the pajamas. See the beautiful pajamas? They're really warm. Thank you, Crystal, because I just don't have time to. I don't wear makeup at work. I stick my hair up and often don't even brush it. Okay, I'm going to go. Be safe. Put yourself first while seeing what is going on around you. Don't buy all the toilet paper. That should be a good metaphor. We should get t-shirts made up. In fact, I might get some t-shirts made up. I've got to start products again. Don't buy all the toilet paper. Look at what your neighbour needs. Self-care first. Self-care, simple meditation. Penzu diary. I love my Penzu diary. I keep it every day. Sit in the moment. Watch your sentiment, which I find an interesting one. Sometimes I get upset with the kids. I've got to take a breath and look at that. Watch your sentiment. Look down upon your feelings. Think of others. Think of others. Think of others. Think of others. Do not judge the journey you have not walked. Do not judge the journey you have not walked. Remember, any culture's journey is multi-generational. So a culture that has had problems or suffering 300 years ago still has that sentiment. Trauma is intergenerational. It is carried down the generations. We have first and secondary post-traumatic stress disorder. So remember to consider the marginalised. And don't ever say, get over it. Don't ever do that. Okay, Renee, I'm going to go in my pajamas. I'm going to clean the kitchen and I'm going to go to work. I'm going to finish now. I've been a little bit surprised with how many of you... Oh, Pronub. I didn't expect so many of you to listen to this, so I get it. I'm going to do this more often. Perhaps underneath this video, when it goes up, write to me about what you want me to be more verbal. I'm really spending lots of time with the comments, so be more verbal. Please download my podcast. Please comment. Please share. We love you. We all love you here, all the kids. I'm going to go. I love you all. Be safe. We can do this. We can do this. Bye. I don't even know how to stop this thing.